Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is nothing but really, really good news, quite frankly. Matt Reeves has signed a massive deal with Warner Brothers. It's a first look deal. Now, the reason why this is good news is not necessarily just pertaining to the fact that Matt Reeves is, of course, a good filmmaker, but it also pertains to the fact that they've thrown J.J. Abrams out, basically. Like, Warner Brothers not happy with J.J. Abrams. They had a massive first look deal with him. I've got another video coming with it. But this is a sign of the change of guard, I guess. I think this is really good. The Batman director Matt Reeves sets a multi-year first look film deal at Warner Brothers and re-ups with Warner Brothers Television. Whatever you think of the Batman and things like that, this is still a good deal. Matt Reeves is good. This is good. We want good content. This is good. So let's take a look, right? Warner Brothers is going all in on the Batman director Matt Reeves and his 6th and Idaho production company. Mate, anyone complaining about this is... If you're going to take this over J.J. Abrams, take this. This is much, much better. He's become the first filmmaker given an overall first look deal since Warner Brothers Pictures Group co-chairs Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi were hired by Warner Brothers Discovery chief David Zaslav to steer the film division. In addition, Reeves has re-upped with the Warner Brothers Television Group and chairman Channing Dungey, where he is also working on the Batman spin-off series The Penguin with Colin Farrell. Now, the interesting part about this is it does actually confirm in this article that the Batman 2 is part of this deal. So that's fully underway now. Fully underway, which is great. And maybe this is why. Maybe this is what we're waiting on, right? So Reeves and 6th and Idaho had a first look film deal at Netflix, which is interesting, I guess. Reeves is spending so much time on film and TV projects relating to the Batman franchise that it made perfect sense for him to call Warner Brothers home with the multi-year first look deal. It's a really long deal as well. I think it's 20 years or something like that. I have to double check. Maybe I'm just pulling that out of my arse. I remember it being a fairly long deal. But anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. DeLuca and Abdi hope to see him grow into the kind of cornerstone filmmaker that Todd Phillips has been with The Hangover and the Joker franchises, and what Clint Eastwood has been forever at the studio. So, making this a legendary studio my home is a dream, Matt Reeves said. I'm so excited to be working with Mike, Pam and Channing and our teams to bring captivating stories, and I'm truly passionate about to the big and small screen. So under the terms of the film deal, Warner Brothers Pictures Group production divisions, Warner Brothers Pictures New Line Cinema and Warner Animation Group and DC-based films, so that's interesting, will have first look rights to Reeves' work as a writer, director and or producer. That's a really big remit to go with, and again, probably pertains to why J.J. Abrams is out. Reeves is currently back at work on the sequel, co-writing with Mattson Tomlin, the second installment of a DC resuscitation that drew strong reviews and a global gross north of $770 million. Robert Pattinson is back for the sequel as the title character, so that's the Batman, right? The Batman 2. Cool. No worries. As part of the new deal, Reeves has begun to search to find a senior level executive to run the new film deal for 6th and Idaho. Dylan Clark, who has been Reeves' producing partner on Planet of the Apes trilogy and The Batman, is also back for the sequel but runs his own production label, and Reeves won't take office space on the lot, but rather will stay in 6th and Idaho's current headquarters. So basically, you just write what he wants and they get the deal on it. I mean, it's really good. So Pam and I gratefully inherited the relationship with Matt from The Batman, and through the beginning stages of planning the Penguin series for HBO Max, we were excited to nail down his overall deal because it's a cornerstone of what we want to do with filmmakers that are working at the studio. We want to create an atmosphere where all these filmmakers can excel and do their work and stay with us once they're inside the Warner's family. Keeping Matt and creating a home for him to do more projects in the Batman universe, so that's a really positive thing as well, if you liked him for the Batman. But also originals was very important to us. This is kind of what they had, these again, this is the kind of deal that they threw out to J.J. Abrams, but that obviously proved to not be the best decision. And I think this is also part of Warner Brothers as a whole, I guess, changing their tact a little bit. They piss so many filmmakers off when they were like, it's all going to HBO Max, don't you worry about it. Everyone was really annoyed. People called him out. Denis Villeneuve called him out. Just so many people called them out. I was like, we're not interested in dealing with you now. So this, to me, seems to be part of them, I guess, trying to curry favour with a lot of filmmakers, and also, get new filmmakers under their sort of wing, which is good. I mean, that's good, hopefully, for things moving forwards. In terms of actual good content. So the 6th in Idaho re-up with Warner Brothers Television Group comes as production starts to loom for the Penguin. Colin Farrell will reprise his role, of course. There's also a Batman Arkham series in discussion. That was I remember that being written, but never mind. We're way down the line on that then, I guess. Now we have this statement as well from Channing Dungey. Matt is one of the most imaginative and creative minds in the business. This is all basically sucking each other's D. We look forward to continuing our partnership with the wonderful 6th in Idaho team and expanding the world Matt so artfully created with Batman film through our upcoming series, The Penguin. A lot of focus on the DC side of stuff. A lot of focus. Which, again, to me, is a good sign because they're getting rid of J.J. Abrams, and they're currying favour with better filmmakers. J.J. Abrams is not a good filmmaker. They pissed Christopher Nolan off. Obviously, hopefully they'll get him back on board properly as well. There's so much here that's really, really positive. Really, really positive. Warner's always had a tradition of being a home base for filmmakers. They're not wrong. They just pissed people off recently. Clint Eastwood being preeminent among them. We want to continue that tradition, especially with people we've had success with. We want to create an atmosphere where we repeat business with these filmmakers. We feel any studio built on the basis of having a roster of filmmakers working at the studio over and over again is a good business strategy. I can't argue with that. We see it as just essential for the health of the studio to be a vibrant place for writers, directors, and for signature filmmakers to do multiple movies with us. I mean, it's good, right? Like to look at a studio and go, that's where they work. You associate good filmmakers with good studios. So it's good if they can curry favour with them and just get them locked down. It's good for us because then generally speaking, that something coming from Warner Brothers or whatever studio it might be is something to look out for. So someone like Matt will buy for him whatever he wants to do. Interesting statement. We'll make an investment for whatever Matt feels a pull toward. In the Batman universe and otherwise, he has an open invitation to go wherever his interests take him. We'll lean into whatever Matt wants to do in terms of the writer-directors out there working in this very elevated genre space. With everything Matt's done, from Let Me In to the Apes trilogy to the Batman, he's in a class by himself. He's a good filmmaker. I'm really keen to see where this goes. Again, the best sign of this is J.J. Abrams is out. Let me know what you think though, ladies and gents. Batman 2, fully confirmed, underway. Let's have it.